just want to say today, 13th of October 2023, is a moment in which we have taken a giant leap from our snail pace since 24th April 2020, when we were in contest of what was an appropriate SML for reopening of Porgera and the North Pole, South Pole placement of our investor partner, as well as our state on behalf of our state beneficiaries. We have made progress up till today. Today's signing of 4 key instruments. The greater instrument in state space of mining lease issued, and it's now defined as space of mining lease 13. The mine development contract signed, the fiscal stability agreement or contract signed, as well as a special escrow facility contract or agreement signed today to keep the landowner benefits, the 10% landowner benefits, 4 important documents that all parties on the table were able to agree upon, and we came as our head of state signed, witnessed by the signing party also. This is now a big step towards reopening of Porgera. And I want to firstly and foremost appreciate Mr. Bristow and the team from Barrick. Since the SML1 was not renewed in April 2020, the mine and the asset we have up there have been in care and maintenance up till today. And care and maintenance is no easy task. Expenditures in millions of dollar equivalent kina continues to have been banning since April 2020. If there were any other way for us to cross the line in respect to embracing the divergence of positions on the table, landowner positions, not just the SML, but more importantly the LMPs and all associated landowners, including Riverine, the power generation landowners, the rest of Enga province, as well as the greater country focus, or even our investment partner, Barrick and their partners, that we would have had this days ago, months ago, or years ago. However, from our different positions, we were able to bring to a point where today's signing reflects that all parties, especially our since incorporation of the new Porgera venture, New Porgera Ltd, which is 51% owned by PNG beneficiaries, including 15% clearly owned by Enga province and our landowners up there in Enga province, and our 49% partners. We have now come into Government House signing, not as Barrick and state, or Barrick and landowners, but more importantly, the New Porgera Ltd signing with state. New Porgera Ltd is 51% owned by Papua New Guinea and Papua New beneficiaries, and 49% owned by Barrick and shareholders and joint venture partners. This is the first time Papua New Guinean company and Papua New interests have submerged with global super major in one joint venture. It's never been done before. Lease is not in that arrangement. Other mines before us has never been in that arrangement, including the old Porgera. But this incorporated joint venture is structured in a way where accountability for all parties on the table is clearly established. That gives way for us to, for the first time now, in as far as a country and through country company, Kumul Mineral Holdings Limited, and our landowner interests and our provincial government interests running side by side with our investor interests. I want to give full assurance to everyone. This has been done transparently. We built into, for instance, in the new SML, a requirement of New Porgera Ltd to be conscious and sensitive and compliant to our country's environmental law. We built into the new SML our obligation more so New Porgera Limited's obligation to ensure within 36 months there is a clear, visible plan for resettlement of the Porgera Valley, the much talked about debate in SML1 and the old Porgera. Those have been embraced. And of course, without our investor partner support, those views would not be fully embraced. I just want to give assurance to all our citizens, especially those who have a special interest in Porgera, from the Porgera Valley, the SML, the LNP, and Enga province. We thank you for your patience and support, but we believe what is now secured under SML 13, deep inside, in the heart of it, has your interest, and we look forward to the next 20 years fulfillment of your interest that comes out in the benefit that will flow, not just the equity benefit or royalty benefit, but more importantly, in my view and governor's view, our perceived view that this arrangement will lift the lifestyle of Porgera Valley landowners, Enga province landowners, and Papua New Guinea. And for Papua New Guineans, if gold price remains around $1,700 an ounce, this will stand to return to us minimum 6.7, I beg your pardon, is it 6.7? Yeah, $6.7 billion in the life of this 20 years as we harvest the resources up there. And I want to say thank you very much to all parties. Again, Mr. Bristol, we have given you a hard time. We have gone into extensive debates with you and word fight with you. And of course, you two have not been easy on state. But, you know, a good marriage is forged when we come from different places of opinion, but binded into a contract that secures your interest and secures the interest of state and all the state parties, especially my landowners up there in the mountain and people up there in the project area footprints. Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You will make response, and then we'll get Governor to say one or two words.
So thank you, Prime Minister, and to everyone up in the Porgera Valley. A special day today, SML 13 on Friday the 13th. A lucky number for everyone. and really a big milestone. I would call it the end of the beginning, Prime Minister. And we've got a great and exciting voyage ahead of us. And I think the important thing is, as the Prime Minister says, it's a real partnership. We've worked hard to get here. It's important now to finish the last step, and that is the compensation arrangements for all the landowners. We want to get that done as quickly as possible. We believe we can do it with the help of everyone, because the benefits from the shares are much more than the benefits from the compensation. And I know that the New Porgera Limited team will be out there tomorrow starting to engage, so we'd like to get that done. And then I think, like everyone in the Porgera Valley is looking forward to seeing that famous Porgera smoke again. And I'd finish, Prime Minister, to say, you know, partnerships, everyone always says partnerships, but this is a real partnership. Partnerships that share things, 50-50, 49-51, you win. But it's 50-50. And it's really a real sharing. And I've always said that miners should appreciate that host countries are their most important stakeholders, and we respect that. Thank you very much for everyone here who's worked so hard to get this to this point. And now let's make sure we get across the line ASAP, and if we can do that, we will be starting Porgera for sure this year.
All right. Very good, and just repeating his thank you, I want to thank everyone on Barrick side, on state side, regulators, state solicitor, Chairman Vele, MD Sarimu. It wasn't one man show, it was a team effort behind this. Mr. Hill and Mr. Wu, everyone, thank you very much for putting together. It is not, as I said, not Barrick versus state, it is really New Porgera Limited with state that has been really negotiating the last line of negotiations. So, New Porgera Limited, congratulations to you. Governor Paras, you'll be hosting us for the next 20 years. So please, as Mr. Bristow said, the next important bit now to our landowners, no going to think finish now, go compensation agreement. Mr. Bristow, I'm talking finish. I'm talking important and compensation agreement. Talk to people of the environment, Mr. Bristow, one time people agree, I'm stop inside law, SML. Talk to resettlement, I'm stop inside law, SML. Before SML, no got this plus something. So no can have him talk lo can gaman man long way. Me picking him me stop me look at him so sunny. Took lo something you worry SML na environment the resettlement yeah. Me put him stop inside. Mark Bristow me talk also hurry through mass compensation agreement you must make. So I think I'm probably no I'm talking so anyway, you want to say?
That's all right. Okay, Prime Minister, I want to take this time to thank yourself, Prime Minister, and of course our government in finally coming to a conclusion on this our agreement. I also want to take this time to thank Mark Bristow and the team. Obviously, as Prime Minister said, it's been a tough negotiation, so I want to thank you. Also, SNT and all the people at the back, supporting everyone to make sure that we were arrived at this juncture and at this agreement. So, from a people's perspective and the province perspective, Prime Minister, we're finally happy that it's concluded. Between the state and us, we have a long way to keep on negotiating and making sure that our people are looked after. But our job to getting the company to continue the operations at the mine is now concluded. And the majority of our people in Porgera Valley and Enga province and the country, of course, would like to see this mine open. Porgera is, well, I didn't realize that, over the 26 that I've been presiding over as a governor of the province, I didn't realize how big the impact of Porgera was. But when we closed it over 4 years, the whole country was impacted, and people started to, really push Prime Minister and myself to try and reopen again because the country was suffering. So, Prime Minister, you have not compromised. You've stood for your people of this country, and of course the people of Enga and the people of the valley. So we're happy that we have now concluded, and we'll leave it to the operators to get the operations open and open for business, so the country can benefit, and of course everybody in the country will benefit. So we're supporting Prime Minister. Our landowner, our chief, Mr. Marape is here, and the team. We are all supporting Prime Minister. I think it would be remiss of me not to mention that I've been part of this team. I've not been part of the negotiating team, but I've been observing. Prime Minister has tried to be transparent. He's involved me in the whole process of negotiation, and I want to assure my people of Enga province and this country that I can vouch for the Prime Minister. There are a lot of deals done in this country which sometimes people think that there's been some compromise. I can assure the people of this country that these negotiations have been open, transparent, and we have tried to get the best for our people. So, Prime Minister, once again, thank you very much, and government, all the ministers who have supported this this journey. Thank you, and God bless Papua New Guinea. Thank you.
All right, well, we'll take one or two more questions, but I just want to ask you in conclusion to our landowners, we've done now, it's New Porgera Limited now, not Barrick and not anyone else. New Porgera Limited, you own 51, Mr. Bristow and his shareholders own 49. State will facilitate the compensation agreement. It's really got nothing to do with Barrick anymore. They will operate the mine. It will now state, and all of us, the beneficiaries, will sit on the table, and we will start to work through. 51% equity, the principal division understanding has already been secured in the current MDC that we have and the PPCA that is attached. But it's not just the equity. We've secured additional 1% for royalty, FOB. In terms of benefit, we've also for state, the fiscal stability agreement we've signed today didn't come free. We've secured 2% tax on top of this one. And of course, all the other additional benefits when you put together tax, 30% tax All in all, in the upside, for every dollar that is harvested in the new Porgera, for the 20 years, we will get 53 cents. Our investor partners will get 47 cents. For the first 5 years, 6 years maybe, 4 years maybe, depending on gold price, landowners, you are beneficiary upfront much earlier. Porgera will Barrick partners will make the money 5, 6, 7 years down the line, and Kumul will come at the back end of it 8, 9 years, 10 years, depending again on gold price. I just want to inform every one of us, this deal, Barrick has been carrying the cost. We have put no money down, care and maintenance thus far, as well as to restart up our mine. And it's an agreement that was stitched in good faith, but whether those good faiths translate into the agreements that we've signed transparently, that also locks in an anti-corruption principle inside, as well as every other features, in my view, that is the basis and template of PNG's agreement with the investors going forward. So landowners will come to you. Governor Iboras has indicated this, our total 53% project economy envelope. That's the one that we will negotiate now with all of you. Porgera Valley landowners, LMP, SML included, and Riverine coming in. Riverine through Hela and West Sepik and Western Province, the power line people and power generation, as well as, of course, rest of Enga who lives along the footprint through what Enga provincial government will secure. National government will facilitate the compensation agreement at the very earliest. And so when the mine is starting and running, you're happy that something good for you is being operated upon. So I would come to you to ask, let's negotiate the 53% benefit split. Let's allow the mine to run and run its course and start producing resources for us, gold for us. Thank you too much. Okay. Looks like we have a friendly media, so we can let you go, unless there's one or two questions.
Mr. Bristow, how soon do we expect the new Porgera Ltd to commence operations on the ground?
So we've already been working on preparing to start up. We need the compensation agreements to be in place to actually progress towards processing ore. So, and once we start feeding the ore, and to do that we've got to open up the mine underground and in the open pit. Once we start feeding the ore, it'll take us about 6 months to get back to the full production. So it's all about the next few steps. And as soon as we've got those behind us, we've got new equipment waiting, which we're going to bring in immediately, and we have been refurbishing all the mobile fleet. So we've done as much preparation during care and maintenance as we could, and right now too our HR people are employing people, so we want, and our focus is, as you've seen, on developing Papua New Guineans to lead this mine, and we prefer, of course, Engan citizens to be part of the mine, but if we can't find Engans, we'd like to go to Papua New Guinea. So that's our focus, and it'll take us a little while, but given what we've done today and the spirit in which we've got here, I'm very sure that we'll have commenced with the startup this year.
So possible startup commence this year, as he's indicating. Full production, what it means, first gold can come, but full production. Full production will come possibly. I'm not a mining engineer, but I'm just saying 6 months down the line.
On a full ramp up, yes.
They have already got 1,500 plus employment back in Porgera since my last visit. I saw Papuans working there. I want to also commend Mr. Bristow's leadership, especially built into our PPCA at 95% local content. I think that's the highest ever in mining in our country. Mark, everything else we may not win, but on local content, let me say it with you. Local content, 95% local content. We have a global corporate leader who finally has arrived in our country, giving recognition to local values, and 95% local content built into the PPC agreement we've signed. These sort of things we don't take for granted. Someone who's operating in Africa and elsewhere, coming in with our sensitivities, and let's embrace the sensitivities we have on the ground. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.